All right, guys. So today I'm here to give y'all a story time on the separation of myself and my ex-wife. And if you follow me on Facebook, you see what's going on, or you see what's been going on like last couple weeks. But you only got the ending of that whole story. You only got the ending, and some of you like maybe like some of you may want to know, like, how did it get to this point? Because we were so in love, and we showed it all on social media. And then, what I'm saying, then it got to a breakup point, but a bad breakup point at that. So, like I said, I'm here to give y'all a story time on that. And I hope that this story inspires somebody for whatever it is you're going through. I know it's a lot going on in the world, and I know this happens every day. I'm not telling this story to tell my business. I'm telling this story so that hopefully it can inspire or motivate somebody. Like for real, like we ignore the red flags, like, and because we be so in love, it's just to motivate you to just stay on your shit. Don't let nobody play with you. Don't settle for less. Know your worth. Like anything you can name, that's where I'm headed with this video. So, all right. This is part one. I don't know how many parts I'm going to have, but I am going to tell the whole story. I'm not leaving nothing out. No, I do not speak to her. I don't see her. I don't talk to her. She has no form of or way of contacting me, or none of that. But I did speak with her maybe last week, and she told me, she was upset because she felt like she seen everything on Facebook, and she felt like I wasn't telling the whole story. And I'm like, baby, you don't want me to tell the whole story. Like, you don't want that. But everything I'm telling y'all or about to tell y'all is nothing I haven't told her. It's nothing everything is facts. Everything is truth. I'm just telling y'all the story. So let me take y'all back to when we met. It was July 2019. I was at work. I worked third shift. And at the time, she was on third shift. And we met on Facebook. I know y'all shaking y'all head when I said that. But listen, we were working third shift, and I had posted a status on Facebook about something about work, something work related, and she commented or something. Then I jumped in her inbox and I waved and I said, hey, I did the little wavy hand like type shit. And she spoke back and we started talking. Now, since then, she told me, she threw bait out to me and I caught it. Always thought that little line was funny, some funny shit she said, but that's what she said. Like, she said, I threw that bait out and you caught it. Like, I guess she's saying she willed me in, liking her status, and then I'm jumping in her inbox. But anyways, at the time, she was supposedly single and I was too. So I'm just chilling, not really talking to nobody, but it was cool just to talk to somebody, that night at work, help me get through the night. So we talking all night at work, texting. Then the next day, work, we texting, talking. Then, so on. Time passed. Now we've established enough conversation to where I asked her out on a date and she said, yeah. And I remember everything. I asked her, where she wanted to go, and she said Applebee's. I'm like, we supposed to went to TGI Fridays, if I'm saying it right, but it was farther up the road, and we got a late start that night, so we was like, we should go somewhere around the way, and you know what I'm saying, and just be done with it. So we went on our first date to Applebee's in Douglasville, and we wasn't ready for the night to end. Like, we were really like talking, and we were laughing, we was having a good time, and we wasn't ready to go. So I suggested we go to the movies, and I think Will Smith, that Aladdin movie, was out then. So we went. I fell asleep on that shit, but we went, and I had a good time. The time I was woke, I had a good time. But I took her back to her vehicle and she went home. And I was thinking, I'm not gonna lie, like I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I just don't know what to say about, that date. That was my whole ride home after I took her to her car. Like, I don't know about that date, but damn. So When I got back home, my phone rung. It had to be like 1 o'clock in the morning, maybe 12 or 1. And she was telling me how she had a good time. And I'm like, okay. You know, I didn't think she had a good time. The vibes was there, but they were kind of iffy. You know, but it was still in the beginning, so I'm not trying to complain. I'm just sitting back watching. So she told me she had a good time, and we chopped it up, and more time passed. The more time that passed, the more open she became on her situation, right? So she was living with somebody, and she was having problems. They were, you know, taking her money, or she giving her money for the bills or whatever, and lights getting turned out because they ain't, I don't know, something like that. That part I don't remember. I didn't care. But so she had a situation, and I knew she was going through that like for weeks, and she was tired of it. It became, every time we talked, a majority of our conversation was about what she's going through, you know. And we even got so close that, you know, she didn't have a car at the time. That was a red flag. She didn't have a place. That was a red flag. And she couldn't go to her mother's house. Like, she didn't deal with her mother. Her mother didn't deal with her. That was a red flag. But I ignored all those. I really didn't care at the moment. Like, that ain't my problem. Like, you know, type. But we even got so close that I lived in one city. I worked in another city. And she lived in another city. And she worked in another city. That's 4 different cities. We got so close that I would get off work at 7 o'clock in the morning because she never arrived, and she was waiting on her roommate or whoever she was to come pick her up. And she wouldn't show up. I would get off work at 7 in the morning, go pick her up in Tallapoosa. If you're familiar with that in Georgia, I would go from Carrollton to Tallapoosa, back to Carrollton to Villa Rica on a regular. I was really trying to like help the girl out. Like, I seen her potential, and she was real sweet. She was real nice. She was like super nice to me. Like, and the girl was even offering to pay my phone bill, like, in the beginning. And I'm like, I thought that was weird. Like, it's hot. She was offering to pay my phone bill. And yeah, I let her. You know what I'm saying? She just gave me her debit card and just turned around and started playing with her kids or on her phone or something. And I'm like, you know, thank God ain't no fucking scam artist. Like, she gave me... Okay. So yeah, I pick her up, and that's how close we got. So more time passed. So I started letting her come to the house. Like, she had to come on weekends because her kids was in school, and she was all work on weekends. So she started coming on the weekends. I mean, it was nice. I'm talking about, like, we cooking, we cleaning, she getting in the kitchen cooking, and I'm sitting back like shit, I ain't gotta cook. Like, you know, and she finna feed everybody. Like, you know, we was all just chilling. Like, we was just a whole vibe. The kids got along. The boys on the game. We watching movies. The girls doing the baby doll hair. And all that good stuff, and everybody, it's just a whole vibe. Everybody's liking on everybody. Like, everything was good. So we started doing that on the regular. She started coming over on weekends. Then she might be off work one day, and she might slide through, you know, while the kids while they at school, or on a Thursday night if everybody off. So, you know what I'm saying? One weekend she came, and she had a lot of clothes with her, and she stayed all weekend. I was getting kind of irritated because when she came in my life, I was separated from somebody for quite a while, and I had got comfortable with my space. I don't feel like entertaining nobody. I don't feel like getting up. I just want to lay in the bed and be lazy. I don't feel like no company. Like, she was there. You know, and Sunday night came, and I noticed that she wasn't leaving, like, to get ready to take the kids home and, you know, get them ready for school or whatever. So she wasn't, like, leaving. And I'm not saying nothing. You know, I'm not saying nothing like, you know, this don't mean nothing. This don't make, you know, maybe she just want to be up under me another night. This don't mean nothing. And that she was, you know, we had a good time, like for real. And that morning came, she took the kids to school, and she came back as if she lived there. She came back to the house. And once again, I didn't have a problem with that. But she kind of, we talked, and she was telling me what was going on in her life, in her situation, and it was bothering her. So I did not have the room at my apartment for the extra people, like, to just live there. But I you know, I told her she can come. Just, if you already here, just, you know, get your little basket of clothes, whatever. your TV. That's all she has. A basket of clothes. Everybody had their own basket and one TV. That was it. And then she had a car. We rode around. I helped her get a car. Like, I was just, riding around looking for one. And she finally landed one, and she got her own vehicle. So that's why she was coming over more, because she had transportation. But yeah, so we had a talk, and I was like, I guess just stay here, like, until you like figure it out or whatever. And she did. And I'm not gonna lie, like, she really wasn't in my way. She really didn't bother me. Like, she was cooking, she was cleaning, she was making everybody sit. She's making full course meals. Like, she was really carrying her weight. She was making we were sitting at tables eating, laughing, and talking. I'm just sitting back looking like, my kids really like them. My kids really fuck with them. And her kids, everybody just fuck with everybody. And I'm like, I like this. So my lease was up, and I couldn't sign a new lease. And so I went out and I started looking for a place. So I started looking for a house, and we decided to get a house together. Like, and mind you that, yes, we were together. We had made it official. We were in a relationship together. And, yeah, so I got a place. It was a 4-bedroom house. And, we all moved in. I'm talking about life has changed tremendously for everybody. Like, I went from an apartment to a house. She went from no house to a nice ass house. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like a newer modeled house. Like, like, she came from I'm not going to say where she came from, but she wasn't used to the shit that I was showing her at all. She wasn't used to it. And the kids wasn't used to it. Like, everybody was just happy. It was just a change for everybody. Everybody was happy. So, a year later, I'll take y'all a year later, she asked me to marry her. And in my mind, I've been proposed to twice. And I was like, I'm not. Hell no, I ain't about to marry. I knew in my mind that I was not about to marry nobody. Like, but when she asked me, something was different. I was like, I felt like she was far from everybody I ever dated. She came in my life, and, she making me better. She's, cooking, cleaning, got me up doing stuff, and I enjoy doing these new things. We going to the gym, we working out. We're doing this whole diet thing together. We supporting each other on it. We, you know what I'm saying? We just taking trips and stuff, and everything was nice. Now, I'm not going to say that she didn't play her part in the relationship or the marriage. She played her part. I'm not saying she was a bad person or she wasn't shit. She played her part. She did what she had to do. She paid what she had to pay. You know what I'm saying? Like, at this time, she was a good person. So we move in this house, and she asked me to marry her, and I said, yeah. It was around COVID time, and we actually got married June the 4th, 2020. June the 4th, 2020. Hold on. I should have had this, but I on me or with me before I did this. But a lot of people don't think we were really married, because lesbians claim shit that's not true. They claim, let me ask my wife, and they don't really be married. They just a status. Like, I've never been that kind of person, but if you couldn't see it, like we are really married through the state of Alabama marriage certificate. We married for real. And we got married in Villa Rica, Georgia, but because they didn't allow it in Georgia at the time, something that Georgia had going on to where we could do it in Alabama. But they did the paperwork for us. We went to City Hall, got it done. I don't know how much it cost. Like, shit, $20. It cost $20 and over $3,000 to divorce. But we're gonna get into that. All right, guys, welcome back to a part 3 series of I Should Have Cheated. But before I get into this video, if y'all just now catching up or just now finding me on your FYP page, listen. This series is about separation of me and my soon-to-be ex-wife. and how it became about. Now, if you're following me or her on Facebook, I don't know what she got going on, but if you're following me on Facebook, then you can see kind of the ending of how everything went, and in jail and getting locked out the house and U-Hauls and fighting. Boy, it's crazy. Like, if you see all that, then, you know what I'm saying, you're probably curious on how it all came about. Now, I had a few people request for me to do this story time, but I was this been going on last couple of weeks, but I you know what I'm saying, I haven't been myself. But mentally, I am in a better place where I can sit down and talk about it, to where I'm not, you know, emotional or anything. I'm honestly, I'm actually doing much better. Like, I'm back on my content. I'm doing what I got to do. And a lot of people didn't even think this was real, because I'm a content creator. Like, I could never get her on the video with me. And I hate it had to be this way. Like I hate that she's a part of this, like for real, but it's very, so this is real. Like, this is, ain't no cap in this at all. Like, I hate this has happened, but it's real. So yes, we broken up. It was a bad one, and I'm here to tell my story. She since then reached out to me and said that it's not fair. I'm bashing her on Facebook. I got her looking bad, as you should look bad. But she was like, I'm not telling my whole story. I need to tell what I did to make her step out and cheat on me. Like, she blamed me for her stepping out cheating on me. But we gonna get into all that. Breaking this series down, of course, you know, TikTok only let me do 10 minutes at a time. Wish I could just do a whole video with my camera and just post it and be done with it. But I don't know how many videos it's going to be, but we're going to get there. I'm doing the beginning to the end. I'm not leaving nothing out. So if you're new, welcome, and let's get into the video. So, part 3, I should have cheated. So, last video I left off saying we got married and life was good. Like, we were just the perfect family. I mean, like, I didn't post a lot, but we just did so much as a family. Like, and I love that. I love doing things as a family, as a group. We started out with a family of 7. We ended out with a family of 5. So majority of our marriage, it was just me, her, my 2 babies, my 2 youngest kids, and her youngest daughter. So it was just, majority of the time, it was just us. And we taking these trips. We just an active ass family. And if you ever follow her on Facebook, you probably see her like every day. I'm talking about. But let me tell y'all this: just because a person posts you on social media every day and brag about what you do and love on you, oh, I love you, I miss you, baby, blah, 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 all that, that don't mean nothing. That don't mean nothing just because a person do that. That do not mean nothing. So if you followed her or wherever, you see how, you know, we stayed on each other's social medias, just, you know what I'm saying, just recognizing each other, you know, as my wife or whatever. And you think everything good. You think everything good. But we had our first argument. It was about something I don't want to bring the kids into this, so I'm going to kind of skim through it a little bit. So we got in our first argument about some things her son was doing. Like, I don't like people sitting in my house. I'm a private person. I do not like people sitting in my house, especially people I do not know. So her son got a little older, and he just, you know, started hanging and getting involved in the wrong things. And the people sitting around the house were just like that. They were people getting involved in the wrong things. And I didn't want that type of stuff around me. So I went to her, told her she need to fix this. I don't care what's going on. I don't care how much you want him to be a teenager. I'm not allowing no people to sit in my house. No, these YNs. I'm not doing that, you know. And come to find out, they all really was wanted, had shit going on. They were actually who I thought they was. They was out there in criminal activities and shit, and they sitting in my house. I told them not with that. So I let her handle the situation. I thought it was handled. I sat back like, cool, okay, all right. So it continued. So I'm like, damn, you know. I went back to her, like, you know. And she was the kind of mother that don't want to tell her kids no, or really just don't want to put her kids in their place. Like, she'll go above and beyond. That's fine. But I used to always tell her, like, you're married now. Like, we have to come together on stuff, because what you agree to may not be what I agree to. And anything that she didn't like on my end or with my kids or something, you know, she had absolutely no problem coming to tell me. And I will fix it. I will fix it. I will make sure I fix it for her, because I got a wife now. And you know, and we coming together on this household. I've never really had to share that with nobody. Like, you know, like my kids come in my room at 1 o'clock in the morning to show me a TikTok, you know, and I'm going to laugh. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to laugh. And we, you know, being married, you have to balance it out. Like, you know, it's all about respect. Like, my kids knew about the respect thing. And I'm not saying that, they didn't know. I'm just saying, like, I made sure my end was straight, because I'm married now. Like, y'all just can't bust in the room at 1 o'clock in the morning. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what you have to think about when you sharing space with somebody about the changes that's gonna come with it. A lot of people don't look that far. They're thinking about now. They're living in the moment. But anyway, for about a whole year, a majority of our arguments was about the kids, about her son and what he was doing, and it frustrated me so much. I told her, I packed my bags. It was spring break, maybe spring break 2022. I packed my bags to leave, and I was like, you know what? I can't. It's just too much going on. Like, I feel like I have no say-so in my house. I have no say-so. I feel like you and your son run his house. I have no say-so. So I'm not going to put him out. I'm not going to say he got to go. I'm going to leave. I'm going to leave. I'm not going to put you in a predicament like that. I'm just going to leave and let y'all live happily ever after and do all the criminal activities, shit y'all want to do in the house or whatever. I just don't want no part of it. So my kids was gone, like, with my mother for the spring break. So I left. I packed my bags. I was about to go to a hotel for a week until I figured it out. Like, and she called me at work and she was like, I took care of the situation. And she was like, well, he's going to stay, with his girlfriend or whatever. So you don't have to worry about that. And you were right about the things that was going on. And I just be wanting the best for him. And I just want him I understand all that, So I did not tell her to put her son out. I did not tell her to do that. I did not do that. Like, even till like today, like a couple months ago, like, I would never ever put her out prior to what happened. Like, I would leave her here and still take care of shit. Well, you know what I'm saying? They got to be dead. And she know that. But fast forward, because I don't want to really bring the kids up into this. In the midst of all that with her child, we argue a lot. A lot of stuff came up. A lot of stuff was said. And I may have said some things that I truly didn't mean. Like, I would tell her that she wasn't a good wife. I would tell her, like, things like, I can find somebody better than you. I would tell her, I would always accuse her of cheating on me because of how pretty she was. And I knew that people were, like, in her ear. You know what I'm saying? And she would always assure me that she wasn't, like, cheating. Like, and a lot of stuff was said. So it's been plenty of times that I've made her cry, damn near down on her knees, begging for me to just stop verbally abusing her. And I didn't look at what I was saying to her as verbal abuse because, hell, I've never been in nothing like that before. I didn't even know the real meaning of verbal abuse. I thought I was just speaking my mind. Like, I always felt like if you don't speak your mind, then they will never know. But I should have found a better way to deliver the message instead of saying what I was saying. Hell, it's been times that she would make me go months without sex. Do you know how frustrating that shit is? Do you know the type of things that will come out of a person's mouth out of just that alone? So all that was at the same time. So that arguing we were doing, I'm sorry about that. My memory, like, I've been going in with these videos lately and I just had to delete some stuff. But listen, so all that arguing we were doing was getting worse. It had me saying stuff that I didn't mean. I'm frustrated. You know what I'm saying? My wife was putting me on hold for 3 months. And for months at a time, I'm not going to say 3 months. Like, it always happened like that. And I never switched up on my wife. At that time, I've never thought about stepping out on my wife. I would just be mad and just wait. I'd just be mad and wait. And when it happened, I would appreciate it. Like, shit, like, I miss it. Like, like, damn, you know what I'm saying? And she would say she would do me like that because of how I would talk to her, like verbal abuse. So her reason for her cheating is I verbally abuse her so much. All right, part 4. I should have cheated. Let's get it. All right, so at the time, I knew my wife wasn't stepping out on me because she was there. We were still doing stuff together. I've never disrespected her in any kind of way. No matter what she wasn't doing for me, I wasn't disrespecting her at all. But so as time go on, I'm gonna say 2000 and I wish I had a better date to put on it. So I'm just gonna say as time went on, you know, like the more you argue, the more easier it becomes, and the more you get, the more arguing you do, and the more you say. That's how we got. We both just really just got comfortable with just saying things. I always felt like I could not get her to understand me on where I was coming from. She was always right. And in the real world, they say the woman is always right. I'm a woman too, but they say the woman is always right. Just do what the fuck she say. But I couldn't take that. She always felt like she was right. Like I had to put her in her place every time. Like, you know, like, you know what I'm saying? Like I just had to, because I couldn't live like that. Like I've been through a lot. I've never posted anything. I've never said anything. I went through a lot in silence. So when I popped the fuck out, people like get back in. I'm like, nah, I just been holding this shit in for so long. But we've been through a lot. Now, I'm gonna say this: a person raised off survival will do anything to you. A person who's raised off love will do anything for you. I live by that shit. Like, that is so true. I've dealt with a lot with her mentally on the things that she had to deal with as she was a kid, and even as a younger adult, like the things that I had to deal. I'm pretty much. I'm pretty much just I'm trying to heal somebody that's broken and been broken and need help. She needed the kind of help that I couldn't give her and she couldn't give herself. She would say things like she needed counseling, but she never went because of the things she went through as a kid. She never went. She would just turn to alcohol. Like, I've gotten used to watch this girl drink every day. I'm not saying she was sloppy drunk. I got used to watching her drink every day. I got used to her going to the liquor store every day. She wanted, she needed, especially this last past year. She has to have alcohol, wine, or something. Like, I watched it, and this girl is damaged. This girl is so damaged that she takes medication for it. She's so damaged that she don't trust nobody. She's so damaged that, you know, like when we moved into this house we're in now, like even the last house, like she has totes of clothes. Just like, you know, when I met her, she has totes of clothes like in the bedroom, like on the side of the bed. And when you go and pack that shit, you know, like living like you're in a foster home or a hotel or something. You home, like unpack this shit. This is your shit. You know, I told my wife, like, this is your shit. This is your house. I like you run it. I like the way you run it. You run it. You know what I'm saying? Like you in control. If you need me, let me know what's going on. Just keep me in the loop of everything that's going on. But you the woman of this house. Now go and womanize this house. I told her that, and I just skipped the whole part. God, I don't want to do that. So yeah, like just trying to work with a damaged person is hard. It became pressure on me. It's been plenty of times that I wanted to give up on my marriage. But I was like, nah, like, you know, she ain't trying to give up. She's actually a good person. You know what I'm saying? She's a good woman. You know, and this is what I've been asking for, but like, damn, this shit came with a cost. You know, and I've dealt with so much. A lot of people don't know. Like, I've never picked up the phone and called everybody called their mama and tell their mama what's going on, or to vent to their mama. I've never called my mother because I didn't want anybody coming around. You know how mamas is, or even brothers or sisters. I didn't want nobody coming around the house looking at her funny. You know what I'm saying? Or just being weird towards her. You know, even though I'm feeling some type of way, I've never gave up on her. I've always had hope that things would get better. So, moving forward. So we discovered that we're having issues and arguing and it's happening too much. We decided to do counseling. I wasn't with it at first. I wasn't with marriage counseling at first because I'm like, can nobody tell me how to run my marriage? Like, they're not here. They don't see the shit. They don't know the shit. Can nobody tell me how to better my marriage. And I've always told her it's up to me and you, you know, and so we didn't do marriage counseling, but the arguing got worse. And I eventually went back to her and I was like, you know, let's try it. I'm willing to try it because, you know, things is getting out of hand. Like, I'm thinking before I give up, I'm willing to try. I'm willing to try to fight on things that, on the route that you want to take. I'm willing to try to fight, you know, and see where it goes. But eventually we never went to marriage counseling. And so some things had came up about the house we stayed in. So we moved to another house. That house we moved to was temporary. It was very temporary. It was for the time being. We didn't stay there long, but she wanted to stay there. She said she didn't want to move no more. She was tired of moving. And, you know, and I couldn't get her to see things my way. Like, you know, we need a bigger house. Like, and one day she just hit me up and was like, you know what, you right. Let's get out this house. You know, it was like in the country. She just, it was raccoons and dogs and shit knocking over trash cans and all that. Like, she just wanted a better environment to move in than what we were in. So I told her to find a house. I said, find a house. You got my information or whatever. Find a house and make sure there's enough room, and you know what I'm saying, and we can do it. So she found a house like immediately. Like, and so now we're finna move back to Villa Rica. As soon as she found a house, you know, we gone a month later. We moving into the house a month later. She happiest person in the world. Happiest person in the world. He put a status on Facebook like, told my wife I wanted to move. I found a house and got a gym room, got all the space in the world. She got this big ass kitchen. She liked to cook, you know, and like we were getting things back on track. Like, and mentally when we moved into this house, I'm like, this is gonna be a fresh start. We're both frustrated in this little ass house in Carrollton. You know, we finna move. I'm finna, you know, fresh start with, you know what I'm saying? And not to mention, even though she said I was verbally abusing her, I've been working on that. So I went a couple years with just being on my best behavior, being careful with what I'm saying, watching what I'm saying, how I say it, or just don't say shit at all. That's where I was at with that. And I was fine with that. I was fine just letting shit slide and not saying nothing. And so we moved back, and I know I may be all over the place, y'all, but we moved back to Villa Rica, into this house that I'm currently in right now. And things are like, they're back to normal. She happy. She's expressing herself to me again. She's telling me, thank you. I love my house. Thank you. We shopping for the house together because this is a bigger house and we need to get more stuff. And everything's just back to normal. So and we moved here back in July of 2024. July 2024. And everything was good. Everything was good. And so everything was good. And we had an argument. And I said, I do not remember what I said. I don't remember what I said. But apparently her car was broke down at the time. And my car was the only means of transportation. So I said something to her. I told her I wanted a divorce. That's what it was. I told her I wanted a divorce and I was going to file for one. Because we were just back and forth. So I just said I wanted a divorce, and she broke down at work and she started crying and she left her job walking, went to the corner store, got her something to drink, and called me and asked me, can I please come pick her up? Even though we were arguing, I went and picked my wife up. I went and picked her up, and she was about drunk when she got in the car. I looked at her. I'm like, I hate to see her drunk, like on a Monday, Tuesday. Like, I hate to see her drunk. Like, why are you doing this to yourself? Like, you know what I'm saying? To me, that's very unattractive. Like, I don't want to look at you like that. I don't want to see you like that. But she got in the car. I was so weak for her. Like, anytime I would piss her off, where my time at? Anytime that I would piss her off, I would go to her and I would quickly apologize. I would do whatever I got to do to apologize. All right, y'all, welcome back to I Should Have Cheated Part 5. Let's get into it. So I left off on, I told her I wanted a divorce, and she went crazy at work, and she just started crying and everything, and she had to leave. She left work walking. She went to a store that was about her job, and she called me to come pick her up. I picked her up, and we argued all the way back to the house. Now, keep in mind that I'm not perfect. I'm far from perfect. I'm far from perfect. I'm going to argue with you. If I feel like I'm right or I got to get my point across, I'm going to voice. I'm going to voice. I'm going to put my voice on it. And if you ain't right, you're not right. Like, so we were arguing, and I don't like to argue with her. I don't, and she know this. She truly, truly know this. She know that my weakness is to see her crying, whether I said something or did something, or whether, or, you know what I'm saying, just life, you know, like, or something else she may be going through. I do not like to see her cry. So whenever I see her cry, or even if I make her cry, if I'm the reason, I will go to her and I will hug her and comfort her. You know, that's just me. I never like to see her cry, like, for real. So, you know, we argued on the way home, and we argued that day, and she finally let me comfort her to where she, you know, she calmed down. She finally accepted my hugs and my kisses and my apologies and everything. So, you know, one thing about us, when we did argue, it didn't stick long. We would quickly get over it because I wasn't toxic. I wasn't a toxic person. I wasn't a person that was just like really trying to hurt her. I'm always the first one to apologize or just let it go. And because I don't like to argue, if I feel like this is getting out of hand, I would just sit back and just let you argue with yourself. Then eventually it'll die down. More like a peacemaker, but I'm going to say what's on my mind, but a peacemaker. But anyway, so like I said, that night we ended up watching a movie. We ended up just sitting back watching a movie, just you know, like the argument, like everything, like it never happened. And apparently, remember this, apparently that's the day that she said that her mind had shifted. That's the day she said her mind had shifted on our whole marriage a little bit. And I didn't know this, but her mind, she started to give up on our marriage. That was the day. So apparently when she was at work crying, some guy walked up to her. Well, she was crying while she was working. He walked up to her. And this is what she told me. I don't know if it's facts or not, but this is what she told me out of her mouth. Some guy walked up to her to bring some work to her or whatever. Apparently he worked on the other side. He was just delivering some stuff to her, work related. And he noticed her crying, and he was comforting her, I guess telling her all the shit she wanted to hear. And I guess just being supportive of what, you know, the situation what she had going on. And that's all she told me. She just told me that's the day it started. And so months passed. Now we're looking in. I'm going to take y'all, I'm bringing up to speed to 2025. I'm going to say around Christmas 2024. Let's say November and December. I felt like my wife was not herself around the holidays. It was almost like she didn't care for holidays. Like, we real big on holidays. Like, we both get in the kitchen, we cook, we shop together for holiday stuff, for the food, we make drinks. But Thanksgiving this last year, 2024, was different. She really wasn't, I just felt like she was distant. Like, she really did. It was like, you know, what we gonna do? What you want to do? Type of ordeal. And I felt like I had to put more. I enforced it, and I felt like I was doing more than her. And like, she just, but I really didn't think nothing of it. Maybe she tired, she working. Maybe she wanted me to take control. You know, she didn't say she wanted me to take control, but I just felt like, you know, I'm gonna give her a little break. I'm gonna, you know, baby, I'm finna go get this stuff, what we need to get. Give me a list. You know what I'm saying? And all that good stuff. And so Thanksgiving and Christmas. Christmas was, I'm not a materialistic person, but I felt like her gifts to me for Christmas were, and I promise you, I'm not a materialistic person. I'm just paying attention to the changes. And so Christmas, her gifts to me were a little less than what I expected. They were like, she put no thought into the gifts. Like, they were just so last minute. They were just so not me. And I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, what the hell? Girl, I said, okay, it's the thought that counts. And till this day, I got the jacket she bought me, and I got the shirt was too small. Like, she didn't know my size. The jacket she bought me was like an old fucking man jacket. Like, it's far from me. I don't give a damn how old I am. I'm not there yet in life. She gave me a jacket, like a Levi jacket with a Levi t-shirt. And she gave me bought me some white Air Force Ones. And I got several pair of white Air Force Ones in my closet. I got several pair. Maybe about 3 that's still in boxes I've never worn before. And some that I've already wore. Like, she knows that Air Force Ones are a priority to me. Like, you cannot go wrong with an all white pair of Air Force Ones. And when I opened that box and seen, I'm thinking like, this better not be no damn Air Force One. Because I already got 6 or 7 pair. And I got 3 I've never worn. So I opened it and I was like, I felt some type of way, but I held it together. I didn't say nothing. So I'm thinking like, you know, like something ain't right. Like, you know, I feel like she just picked up a pair of shoes that she felt like go with anything I put on and call it a fucking day. Like almost like she didn't even want to do it. But I'm not a materialistic person, so that didn't bother me. I just started opening up my eyes and paying attention to what was going on. So, take y'all to 2025. I know a lot of y'all in Georgia, y'all familiar with that snowstorm. Snowstorm came. We were locked in the house for a day, maybe 2. And I felt like she was kind of distant from me. Even though we were snowed in and we never been snowed in before, I felt like this is something different. Like, you know, the family watching movies, hot chocolate. You know, I get off work, barely made it home through the snow. I'm pushing it, trying to get home. The jobs closed down. Like, you know what I'm saying? Roads shut down. Like, everybody just chilling. Like, I get home to a big-ass breakfast. Like, 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning. Big-ass breakfast. Like, whole house up. Everybody just enjoying in the moment of the snow. Kids finna go outside and play. Everything was right. But I felt like she was so distant. Like, not so distant, but I feel like that was the start of it. Me, I'm going to sit back and watch you. You ain't got to tell me nothing, baby. I'm going to get the answer myself. I'm not waiting on nobody to tell me nothing. So I'm just sitting back watching. And all the things that I felt like was going on, I was hoping wasn't going on. Then I would just ignore, like, the little flags and stuff. So, fast forward. We in the kitchen and, you know, we eating real good and everything. And this one of those moments, like, she wouldn't let me touch her. Like she would not let me touch her at all. And I felt like that was weird because I felt like we were doing good. Like, why is she doing me like this and we doing good? I could see we were arguing or I made her mad. Like, we good. You know, the timing, you know, is you know what I'm saying? Everything's perfect. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's going on? So that's another red flag. So moving y'all forward, because I don't want to drag this out too long. Where my time at? Moving y'all forward, because I don't want to drag this out too long. I tell y'all what, I'm about to drop this video real quick, and I'm about to do a part 6. Now, part 6 is going to be the beginning. It's going to, y'all, look, the next video is going to be crazy. It's really, it's everything taking a turn for the worse. So, and I do remember to say this, Easter, we're big on holidays. Easter, she didn't give a damn about Easter. I'm talking about didn't give a damn about Easter. She did not care. Something in my mind was telling me, is she even at work? She went to work on Easter. Like, she really just didn't even lay no food out and didn't prep nothing. Just left everything on me. You know what I'm saying? So we had a house full. She get out work at 7 o'clock. She get home by 7:30, 7:40. And she come in and she was just so empty feeling. Like, I felt like she wasn't even sitting there. Like, so I'm paying close attention to what's going on. Last thing on my mind was a person, somebody else. All right, I should have cheated, part 6. So, last part I had stopped on was Easter. Like, she didn't give a damn about Easter. You know, she didn't help cook nothing. She didn't buy no food, didn't support Easter dinner at all. But her ass sat there and ate when she got home. I made it happen. My family made it happen. We got out there on that grill. We made it happen. Everybody like, where Jess at? Where Jess at? And I'm like, she at work. And everybody thought it was, you know, strange. But I always tried to protect her face card and take up for her no matter what somebody said or what they felt like. I didn't let nobody talk about her or none of that. And I just always just, you know, I always spoke highly of her no matter what we had going on. That's the thing we had going on. If we would argue a lot, but neither one of us would ever get on Facebook and put our business out there. Even if we're arguing and she posts a status of a funny video on Facebook, I'll go on there, I'll laugh at it. You know, she'll go on my page, laugh at whatever I post, you know what I'm saying? Or comment, no funny shit or nothing. So in a lot of people's eyes, they thought we was good. But that's something we did. We did not even let our kids know we was going through something. Like when we sit down and eat with the family, like we put on a face. Like that's one thing we did that I had mad respect for that. I had mad respect for that. That's something she came up with and it worked. Like we just kept everybody out of it. And you know, we come to find out that we can deal with things better if we keep people out of it. Even the kids, we just don't want nobody to just feel the draft of what we got going on. So we just really just kept people out of our business. And like I said, that's why a lot of people think we were just like never gonna break up and we was good. But anyway, all right, so I'm recording with my phone. I can't get in my phone. All right, so look, back in April, the day everything started was the day that I started to build a RICO case on my wife. We had got to arguing, the last argument, and it was about, I went to her and I told her, I feel like I'm not priority in this, you know, in this marriage. Like you don't care about trying to, you know, do things with me. You don't suggest anything. You always tired. You always sleepy. You always working. You're always busy with the kids. You make no time for me whatsoever. And so we came up with a thing like, okay, let's date once a week. Let's make sure mandatory. We date once a week. And I was like, okay, cool. Now we're getting somewhere. You know, one week you name the place and you drive, you know what I'm saying? And you passenger princess. Next week, I name the place, whatever, and same thing. So that worked for 2 weeks. First week, she took me out somewhere. We had a good old time. The next week, she took me out somewhere. We had a good old time. Now, what stopped that was the fact that she put herself, she got her daughter has a baby, which is her grandbaby. And her daughter only worked on Jessica off days. She only worked on her off days, which means that Jessica was the babysitter for she was like maybe 2, 3, 4 months old at the time, 2 or 3 months. And now mind you that the baby had an active father in her life that wanted to be there, wanted to watch his baby, wanted to be there. And Jessica put herself in that situation and took up all her off time babysitting and told me that she pretty much didn't have time to date. And I got mad. I'm like, what happened to what we talked about? Like, this is what I mean when I say priority. Like, you know, you just, you doing everything for everybody, like, but me. Like, I have to sit back and watch. Now we're babysitting together. And I just got fed up with it. And so she was like, she tried to understand what I was saying. And she was like, okay, I tell you what, we're going out. Let's take the baby with us. And I was like, no. I said, no, that's not going to work. That's not, I want your undivided attention. Like dating and going out right now is getting away from everything and everybody. That's quality time. And then we be drinking when we be out. Why would we want to have a newborn baby with us? And we're going up to Atlanta. Like, that's an hour drive there and back. You know what I'm saying? I just want your undivided attention. And I said, well, we have to do another time because, you know, you babysitting. And I just really sat back and I just watched, and another time never came. And I was like, damn, this girl really don't give a fuck about, like making her wife happy. Like, I really, 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 y'all don't understand. I was really patient. I tried to be so understanding. And it's not about the babysitting thing that took me up through there. It's about everything, like, everything just adding up. And just finally, like, just my top just blew. I'm like, man, look, okay. So we got to arguing about that. I told her I wasn't priority in her life. A couple days later, she came to me and she was like, we need to take a break. She said we need to take a break. And I was laying down. When I tell you I jumped up so damn fast, she said we need to take a break. Now, out of all the years we've been together and arguing, like, this right here changed everything, because I've never heard her say that. And I'm like, what you mean a break? And she said, no, listen. We're going to take a break, but we're going to stay in the same house. All right. I don't like the way you were talking to me. She said that argument about me not making her a priority. It wasn't a verbal abuse, but she went all, her excuse for a break was she went back a couple years talking about verbal abuse. I need to work on myself and all that. But I'm like, girl, I've been on my best behavior. Like that was years ago. If you can't see I improved, I don't know what to tell you. You need to work on yourself. I need to work on me. And we need to see if this is what we really want. And I was like, I really won't. And I promise you, I was like, Jessica, look, I don't know what you're saying, but I'm not agreeing to no break. I'm not agreeing to no break. What's the problem? Tell me what the problem is, and I'm gonna try my best to fix it. And she stood on all 10, like she wouldn't let me touch her. She bagged up, put her hands up, and she was like, we're gonna take a break. So she threw her hands up and she kind of bagged up from me. And then I knew that moment, I knew we had a serious problem. I walked up to her and once again, I'm like, listen, I'm not with no break. And she started crying and she was like, I need a break from you. I need a break from the kids. I need a break from my job, life. I don't want to be a mother for a day. I don't want to be a wife. I don't want to cook. I don't want to clean. I just need a mental break. I feel like I'm about to go crazy. I just want to get away from everybody and just be to myself for one day. She looked at me and said, next weekend on a Saturday, I'm going to a hotel. And I know that she has nowhere to go or nobody to go. She wanted to be alone, so apparently she had nowhere to go. She said that she was getting a hotel in Atlanta. And she said, I just want to go there. I just want to just meditate. I just want to just think. I just want to be to myself. I don't want to talk to nobody. I don't do anything. I'm like, I said, girl, you must be, you a damn, you must think I'm a fool. You think I'm finna let my wife go to a hotel in Atlanta? And how you gonna get there? You don't even like to drive. I do all the driving. You don't know, you cannot drive on the highway. Like you don't like to drive. I'm going and you ain't stopping me. I'm going, I need this and all that. And I'm like, I could not get the girl to agree with me on nothing. So we ended up arguing about that. She was crying. I didn't hold it too long. I was like, you know what? Okay, go ahead. Just do what you got to do. Just do what you got to do. And I asked her, I said, am I going to know where you're at? And she told me no. She said, no, just know I'm going to be safe. Just know I'm going to be at a hotel. I'm going to be in Atlanta. And I don't want, that's the whole thing. I don't want to talk to nobody. I need to get away from everybody. You know, and I'm like, damn. So I tried my best to get her to just let me go with her. Like, no, I promise I'll be your peace. I don't want to argue. I don't do none of that. Like, I just don't think it's safe for you to go to Atlanta by yourself. Like, why not Douglasville or somewhere close? I don't want to be nowhere around. I just don't want you to pop up. Like, I just don't want you to just pop up and mess me up on what I got going on. Because I said, babe, I'm not gonna pop up on you. If you going, if this is what you got to do to have peace and think about things. Because I know her son was stressing her out, you know, in jail and all that. She had a lot of shit on her plate, you know. And go ahead, you know. I said, let me go with you. I even said, I promise I won't even say shit. You ain't know I'm there. I just want to make sure you safe. Like. All right, y'all. I should have cheated. Part 7. We are now on part 7. So yeah, we ended the last video on when she told me she's going to a hotel for her peace, and I tried to get her to let me go with her, and she wasn't understanding where I was coming from. And eventually, I threw my hands up, like, okay. When I seen I wasn't getting nowhere, I was like, okay, I'm gonna let you have it. So in the meantime, I'm like, something ain't right, you know. And I know that. I mean, I know something ain't right. Like, it didn't take, you know what I'm saying, a blind motherfucker to see what the fuck was going on. But I said, okay, so she lying to me. She's lying to me. Now, keep in mind, I'm ahead of the game. I'm like, she's not gonna tell me the truth. I'm gonna have to get out here and find out for myself. And when I do, it's over with. That's just what I said. So I was trying to figure out a way how to see what the fuck was going on, or even see what kind of hotel she was going to. But I couldn't think of nothing. So a couple days before Saturday came, before it was time for her to go, I said, I got to do something. I don't know what I can do. I've never been in shit like this before. So I was like, all right, look, I'm finna go get an air tag. So I'm Googling air tags and how this shit work and all that. And I shot them real big on Amazon. I was like, damn, I ain't gonna get it in enough time. So you know what I'm saying, I pulled up Best Buy. Best Buy had some in stock, you know what I'm saying, little 4-pack, little $80, whatever. So I went to Best Buy and got a 4-pack of air tags. And I was like, it showed, I knew it was gonna show me, I knew that it was gonna let her know that an air tag was following her. That's what I learned about air tag. But I don't give a damn, as long as I got an address. Like, so Saturday came. I didn't get no sleep because I know that this is about to be it for us. I know that, I don't know what's going on, but I know it's something, and I know that it's finna come to the light because I'm finna do what I got to do. So Saturday come, and she in the bathroom. I'm asking her what time is it she gonna leave, and she told me about 12:01. And she said she was going to, you know, get her bikini wax or something did. She just wanted to be a girly girl and you know what I'm saying, like a spa day or something. But not a spa day, but you know how y'all get y'all hair and nails did and y'all feel good about y'allself or whatever. So she was going to get a bikini wax with her sister, and her sister bailed out on her. So she ended up, you know, doing it by herself. So that's why she was leaving early. And so I dropped that air tag in her car. I dropped that air tag in her car, and that's the moment I started building the RICO case on her. I dropped that air tag in her car, and when she came out the bathroom, and I got a video on this, I might drop that video for y'all. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna drop, I got receipts on everything. I got everything that, I don't know nobody that did a breakup or anything that got more shit than I got. I got everything. I got the whole process, and I'm gonna drop that. So listen, I'm just getting off work and I'm coming home. I did a whole video, 20-minute video on what I was about to do and what I felt like was going on. So I might post that shit too. But she came out the bathroom. She was in the bathroom for a minute getting herself together. And she came out the bathroom and she was like, how I look. So she came out, she had a black dress on. You know what I'm saying? And like she was gonna go on a little date. And I'm like, I'm not even gonna say shit because this bitch is working on my blood pressure majorly. I'm not even gonna do that to myself. I'm just gonna catch her up and I'm done. So I cut my camera on and recorded it. Like, oh shit, let me get, oh girl, you looking good. Like, yes, turn around. Like, your hair is beautiful. And mind you that I went with the bitch to get her hair did. I'm sitting in the car, I'm just getting off work. I work night. I'm just getting off work. And she gonna get her hair did in 4 hours. I'm riding with her. I'm sitting in the car in the passenger seat, sleep the whole time. You know what I'm saying? So I'm helping you. We're prepping for this shit. I'm with you while you getting ready to go and fuck off. You know what I'm saying? Nails, hair, went out to eat. You know what I'm saying? The whole time I'm like I'm on your ass and you don't even fucking know it. I'm just playing my role or whatever. So she come out the bathroom, and you know, it's my first video. I'm like, let me go ahead and record this. Like this, you know, just she getting ready to go cheat on me, like whatever. So I'm recording it, and I asked her, is there any chance I can get her just not to go? And she was like, that's just how she said it. I'm going, I need this, and I thank you for understanding. I'm like, okay, all right, cool. So when she left, I went in the bathroom. And when I went in the bathroom, because she had bought some lingerie she said she bought for me, but she never put it on. She never put it on. It was kind of red lingerie or something. She showed me, and she never like put it on for me. So something said, go see if that lingerie is in the closet where it's supposed to be. I went in the closet, gone. Lingerie is gone. My heart about hit the goddamn floor. Even though I knew what was going on, like my heart hit the floor. I'm like, God damn. I said, okay, cool. So in the midst of me picking my heart up off the floor, I said, she was going to Dollar General because she said, Dollar Tree, I'm sorry, because she said she was going to cook for herself while she was in the room. And, you know, she said, I'm not coming out at all. I just want to stay in the room. I want to just cook, just treat myself. Said she's going to make a pasta. She was going to the Dollar General to get some pans or, you know, some little essentials she might need for that. So, GPS is in her car. So I'm looking at it, and she's headed to Dollar Tree. So I get in my car, and I'm right behind her. So I go to Dollar Tree too in the parking lot, moving fast, bitch, moving real fast. So I get out my car and I put another AirTag in her purse. I said, if she's going somewhere, I need to be wherever that car gonna be, and wherever that purse gonna be, just in case she's going and to get in the car with somebody else or leave her car somewhere. I need to know. I need to be wherever she at. I need to be wherever she at, and that's just what I said. I ain't running away. And I got the car real quick. I got a key to her car. She didn't know it. Bitches own it. I got a spare key. I got a copy of the spare. You know what I'm saying? This girl got 4 keys to her car, and she don't know about 2. By then, she already hid her spare key from me. So, but I'm cool. I got 2 of them. So I get in her car, and I go in her bag, and I look in her bag real quick. What I see? Lingerie. Lingerie. I said, okay, cool. So I put the AirTag in her purse. At the little zipper on the inside, the little pocket shit. I put it in there, and I zipped it up, nothing else in there. So I hauled ass and went back home, and I finally got some sleep. So I was off work that day. So I'm watching her go up the highway. I'm watching her go to Douglasville. I'm watching her at the wax place. I'm watching her at the liquor store. I'm watching her hit the highway. She hit the highway. She get on another highway, and boom, she gets to the hotel in Atlanta at 4:33. At 4:33, she gets to the hotel in Atlanta, and she texts me and said, I'm here. I made it. And I was like, okay, baby, look, enjoy yourself. Do what you got to do. And, you know, come back home. And, you know, I love you and all that. She never replied to it. But she liked it, but she never replied to it. So keep in mind, I took a PTO for this day. Days in advance. Like, I'm ready. Like, I am so ready, like, for whatever's about to happen. And so I'm seeing she at the hotel. And something was like, okay, now that we know where she at, let's find out. Is she by herself or if she with somebody else? So at the last minute, I was like, I need a car to go up here to this hotel in, because I don't want to go on mine, because I drive a Jeep and my shit stand out. You know, so I was like, I need to get somebody's car. So I call up my cousin. I said, look, I need to borrow your car for the night. I'll let you hold mine, but I got something I got to do. My cousin did not question me at all. I've never called and asked her to borrow a car. She didn't question me. She was like, just leave me a car in case something come up. And I was like, bet. So I'm packing my little spend the night bag and stuff. I got a blanket. Bitch got a blanket, a pillow, snacks. I got water, cell phones, chargers. I got my spare key for her car. I got my LED, my lights just in case a bitch need a flashlight. I got everything that I thought I was gonna need. Something was like, bitch, don't do this. Like, you know, but do it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, nah, fuck that. I'm about to go up here. So I go and swap the car out. My cousin, I hate to say this, but cousin car went all the way up the par. I was pushing that motherfucker up the highway. I ain't gonna lie. I was pushing up the highway. I had to call her and ask her, like, you know, like, why your car doing this? But I didn't give a damn. I pushed it up the highway. And I got there about midnight. And I found her car in the parking lot. And I parked. I got me a parking spot. And I sat there. And I was like, all right, go through her car. And I got a video on this too. So I went over there to her car. I went through it. And bitch had a pair of panties on the seat. She had empty liquor bags, the black bags, liquor bags. And she had some stuff. She had new, you know, you tear tags off new stuff. She had some new shit. I don't know what it was. It was tags all on the floor. And she had an open bottle container in the door. And most importantly, check this out. Her wedding band was in a cup holder of the vehicle. That, boy, when I tell you my heart broke twice in 24 hours. To see that, I was like, wow, really? So I'm getting frustrated. I'm getting real frustrated. Like, I already knew what was going on, but like to see this shit coming to light, like I'm like, oh my God. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I like where it started crying that night. I'm gonna keep it real. I like where it started crying. I'm sitting in the car. I'm like, damn. Some shit you just can't unsee, no matter how hard you try. Yes, baby, I love it.
I can't be going to Atlanta and looking like anything now.
No, you can't. You look beautiful though. Let's see you with that ring on.
Girl, when I found it, I said, God must have showed me a sign. I need to put this bitch on. But she have a heart attack. Asthma attack.
You looking good. I gotta give it to you. I love your hair.
Thank you.
All right, y'all, I'm up here. I'm in her car. Get some drinking. She got some panties on the seat. I ain't gonna disclose those. I don't know what's going on with her. She's got some panties on the seat. Like she got a bag from the liquor store. I'm up here at the Hot House Hotel. That's our car for sure. Make sure this light go out. That's her car for sure, man. I'm waiting on her. I can't believe this shit, man. I can't believe this shit right here. Damn, Jay. We doing it like this? We doing it like that? We doing it like that, Jay? We got the ring. Got the ring. Got the shit. All right, guys, we are back with part 8 of I Should Have Cheated. All right, so now I'm sitting in the car in the parking lot of the hotel, and a lot of things are going through my mind. Like I said, I started crying. I started crying because I was like, damn, like this shit really about to be over with. Like I really, you know what I'm saying? I really love this woman, and this shit about to be over with, but I need closure. Something was saying, bitch, put this car and drive and leave. But something was saying, no, you here, like, you know, see what the fuck, you know, see what's going on. So I sat there. I couldn't go to sleep. I couldn't close my eyes at all. Mind you, I got no sleep the day before because I work night shift. So I cannot sleep when something's on my mind. I just can't do it. And my mind just steady be racing. So here it is, 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm up. And I got videos of just me sitting in the car, just you know, talking and just waiting. And I'm so angry. I thank God that she didn't come out that hotel early on. Because as long as I sat there, I kind of calmed down a little bit. But I'm just sitting there and everything's going through my mind. And I'm so hurt. I'm so hurt. Just to know that my wife was in this hotel getting her back blown out. And I'm here in the parking lot and knowing that she's getting her back blown out, like possibly right now. And there's nothing I can do about it. I'm having to wait until they're finished. It's crazy. So, like I said, I couldn't close my eyes because I didn't want to miss nothing. Because if I close my eyes and miss something and I wake up in her car gone, then all this would have been for nothing. So, I'm up. 6 o'clock come. 7 o'clock come. 8 o'clock come. And you got 9 o'clock. So, time is getting closer for checkout. So, I'm like, damn, they gonna, you know, she doing this shit to the max. You know, she gonna goddamn, you know, she's pushing into checkout time. So, I think I called the hotel and they said checkout time was at 11 and late checkout was 12. So, it's 9 o'clock. I'm like, damn, bro, I'm tired. I'm hungry. I'm sleepy. I got to use the bathroom. I can't go in a hotel to use the bathroom. Didn't want to run into them. I can't go across the street to Wendy's because I don't want to miss nothing. So I'm hot. Lord, like, I ended up sitting in that car for 10 hours. I ended up sitting in that car for 10 hours. And it was just crazy. And so 11 o'clock come and I'm waiting. I'm sitting up, putting my shoes on, putting my hoodie back on. Cause I don't know what's about to happen. I'm ready. I'm ready. So I get a text from her at 11:33 saying it's time to say goodbye. And like as if she's not ready to leave, like sadly. And she sent a picture with it. It's a view of a wall that has Atlanta like written in graffiti on the wall. And I'm looking at the same fucking view. You know what I'm saying? So she said that, and I was like, okay, hon, I see when you get home. All right, cool. So I'm up. I'm ready. I got my phone fully charged. I'm ready to, you know what I'm saying, see what the fuck going on. And I'm looking at the door of the hotel. And I couldn't see from afar, but I knew it was a black woman. It, you know, kind of looked like her. As she walked and passed a vehicle coming out of the hotel, I seen her. And right beside her was a motherfucking man. I could not believe what I was seeing. I swear to God, I couldn't believe what I was seeing. I always said that, well, I didn't always say, but I was saying that if she going to this hotel with anybody, I felt like it was a woman. I felt like it was going to be a woman. I said, I'm ready to fucking fight. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but bitch, look, when I seen a man, my mind went to a whole nother place. My mind went to a whole nother place. And the look on her face was like, this bitch was happy. He didn't look too happy. He didn't look too happy. She had to force him to hug her and all that. They had, I'm talking about, they had bags like they was gone for the weekend. Now listen, mind y'all, I stayed in that parking lot for 10 hours. So if I got my timing right, I think she got there. Please don't, if I'm wrong, please forgive me. But I think she got there at 4 o'clock. She checked in at 4 o'clock, and I seen her location. I knew she made it. And she left at 12. You do the math on how many hours they was in that room together. You do the math on how long they was in that room together. So, as I'm seeing them hug, I'm like, damn. But look, as long as I've been sitting in that car for 10 hours, as long as I've been sitting in that car, I prayed 3 times. I asked God, I said, please give me the strength to not react on whatever I see. I got a lot to lose. I got a lot going on. She ain't got shit going on. She has nothing to lose but me. I got kids. I got a job. I got a house. I got cars. I got my business. I got a lot to lose. Like, give me the strength not to react. So as I sat in that car, I calmed down because I was mad as fuck. I was ready to fight at first. Like, we talking about a hotel room. They got 1, 2, 3, 3 levels to it. And probably, you know what I'm saying? Ain't no telling how many rooms that, 50 plus rooms in there. And I just couldn't go knock on every door. If I knew, honestly, as mad as I was, if I knew what door to knock on, I probably would have. And ain't no telling what would have happened. I wouldn't have been going there for him. I would have just been going there to see about my wife. Like, come here. Bring your ass here. You know what I'm saying? And whatever. But I prayed to God 3 times and asked him to give me the strength not to react on whatever it is I'm about to see. And when I seen that, baby, look, when I tell you I didn't cry, my heart didn't start beating fast. I didn't start panicking. You know what I'm saying? None of that. None of what I expected. None of what has been going on happened when the shit hit the fan. And I didn't understand that. But I thank God nothing happened. So they hugged or whatever. He had his Bluetooth speaker. They were jamming. They were getting fucking down in that room. When I tell you, boy, man, look. He got in his car. And she got in her car. He left before her. You know what I'm saying? He didn't open the door. He didn't do shit. I've been doing that shit for 5 years. I've been opening doors 5, 6 years. Not till this day, but even when we were, you know what I'm saying, like April, even when we going through shit, I opened the door for her. That's just me. That's how I am. This nigga didn't open the door for her. Nigga, you just spent 20 hours with her. You didn't open the door. What the hell y'all got going on? So, she sat in the car for a little minute. And then she left. So I got out the car. I'm hot as fuck. I'm hot. I'm sweating. I'm like, thank God this shit over with. Like, you know what I'm saying? Let me get ready to get home. I got out the car. I did a little stretch real quick. You know what I'm saying? I said, I'm finna go across streets, use the bathroom. I get back in the motherfucking car with closure, which is what I came for. The goddamn car wouldn't crank. The car, when I said, oh, Lord, damn car wouldn't crank. But I thank God that some man and his woman was coming. They were getting in the car next to me. And they looked like they was creeping too. Now, at this point, everybody creeping. Like, you can't tell me that's your wife. Like, at this point, everybody up here creeping with everybody. And I asked her, because out of respect, that's your husband, I'm a woman. I asked you, hey, can you guys help me with a jump? I think I need a jump. And he looked at her or whatever, and, you know, she said, okay, cool. And I said, thank you, ma'am. Thank y'all so much. My cousin had jumper cables in the car. We made it happen. I thank God that it didn't take long or take much. The car crunk up. But when I tell you, that was the saddest ride back home to Villa Rica from Atlanta, which was almost an hour. No music, just the wind and the lights beeping on the dashboard, because every fucking light was on at this point. I don't know what was going on. It was the saddest ride because I was just thinking about a lot. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't know I was thinking the whole way until I got there. Like, damn. You know what I'm saying? So I get back home, or get back to Villa Rica. I go get my car, and I get back home. She there. All right, guys. Welcome back to I Should Have Cheated, number 9. So, as I get home, I walk in the house, and I see my wife and her daughter sitting on the sofa. And I didn't want to get eye contact with no one, so I didn't even look. And I had to walk past them and go upstairs. So I walked past them. I didn't say hey to nobody, and nobody said hey to me. They were busy playing with the baby, laughing and talking. She got the baby in her hand, kissing all on her and shit. And I'm looking at her like, whatever. So I make my way upstairs. I get into bed because I'm tired. At this point, I've been woke for over 24 hours. And I'm tired. And I'm supposed to go to work that night. So I go upstairs, get into bed. I said, I'm not about to let this stress me out. I already got my mind made up. I'm just about to leave. You know, I'll figure this shit out when I get to work tonight on what step I'm going to take first. So I go upstairs, and like I said, my mind raced when I got shit on my mind. So it took me about a good 30 to 45 minutes before I even felt like I was getting sleepy. So I'm sleepy right now. My bad. So as I felt myself getting sleepy, I hear Jessica walking upstairs, and she come in the room, and she eating or whatever. She sat in the bed, and she put it on Martin. I remember it like it was yesterday. She put it on Martin, and she just crunching. I'm already aggy and shit. And she over here crunching on some damn potato chips and shit. Shit pissing me off. And I said that I wasn't going to say nothing to her until it was time for me to bust my move. But I had to say something because the awkward moment of silence was pissing me off. So I was like, I know you was in Atlanta at that hotel with a nigga. Ain't nobody tell me nothing. I seen it with my own eyes. So I'm looking at her, telling her that, and she's just looking down at her plate, still crunching. And I'm getting even more pissed off. Like the sounds is just making me mad. And she had this shameless look on her face, like she was like, just eating. And I look at her like, so you ain't gonna say nothing? And y'all not know, this woman looked me dead in my eyes and told me she was not sorry. She told me she was not sorry for that. She told me I deserved that. She said I deserved that. When she said that, I wasn't expecting that. When she said that, I just felt like a heat wave just run through my body. But I'm a lot smarter than that. You know, like, why would you say I deserve that? And she went all the way back to years ago talking about verbal abuse. And I'm like, why are you just now saying this? Like, if we had a problem like that, why are you just now saying this? So we kind of started a little argument in the bed. And she started crying. And she said that there's a hole in my heart for you. And I'm like, a hole? She said, yeah. Why she crying? She just crying. It's just coming out. She put her food down. She she grabbed something and just wiping it, just crying. Tears really coming down. And she said that she doubt that there's anything that I can do to fulfill that hole. I'm like, that's, and I asked, like, why are you just now saying this? Why do me like that? And then tell me that, you know what I'm saying? Like, you pretty much don't love me no more. I do love you and all that. And I'm like, come on, man, stop with the games. Stop. So, you know, she just said I did her wrong. I said so much stuff to her that she just can't just let go. But I could find somebody better than her. And like I told y'all, I'm far from perfect. I'm far from perfect, but she said that, and we kind of argued about it. So right then and there, we both came to an agreement, a conclusion that came to an agreement that we were going to separate. We were going to separate because she mentally checked out of this marriage. And it was over with. There's nothing I can do. There's nothing she can do. Now, she mentally checked out of this marriage, which means it's over with. It is over with. Like, you ain't feeling me no more. You know, sleeping in a bed with her became cold. Like, we just didn't touch. We didn't talk. So, when she said that, it all made sense. Like, you don't text me. You only call me when we got to pay a bill. You know, you only text me when you got to ask me a question. It ain't none of that, how your night going. It ain't none of that. So, it all made sense. She mentally checked out, and it ain't nothing I can do about it. It's nothing I can do about it because the type of shit she had going on with hotels and shit, I'm not going for that. If you mentally checked out of this marriage, then that means it's time we go ways. So, like I said, we decided to just call it quits. At this moment, it is what it is. It's time to move on. Of course, I didn't like I didn't like what was going on, but it ain't nothing I can do about it. So I'm going to have to walk away from this marriage with my head up, chest out, and move on with life. Life goes on. So I would say a couple of days had passed, and it's kind of like we really ain't talking, but it's kind of like sad, you know, like she's checking on me. I'm checking on her, like, how you doing? You good? And all that stuff, and it just weird, you know what I'm saying? So nobody really never said nothing about when we were gonna do the breakup. So I went to her. I was like I said, this was probably the middle of May. I went to her and I was like, look, this lease is up in July. Ain't no point in renewing the lease. We should tough this shit out. And that will give us enough time to figure out what we're going to do, what move we're going to make, save for a deposit, and to kind of just take care of stuff here to not leave, you know, utilities or whatever messed up here. I said, I think that'd be a good idea, and nobody's getting screwed over, you know, and she agreed. She's like, okay, so we came to an agreement not to renew the lease. So July's supposed to be the big breakup. You know, and I was cool with that. Like, we're not arguing, and this was supposed to be the cleanest breakup in history. Like, ain't nobody busting no car windows, ain't nobody fighting or bleaching clothes. Like, I've seen some crazy shit, but we were so mellow. Like, okay. So, a couple days passed. I went to the bar. I went to the bar by myself, and I came home, and I was a little tipsy, and I was in my feelings, and I was like, I don't want to see her. I don't want to go upstairs. I don't feel like seeing her because I better punched her in the back of her fucking head while she was asleep because I've been had a flashback. So I took it upon myself to sleep in the living room, and I'm a light sleeper too. So I slept in the living room, and I get awakened by, it just sounded like somebody was coming down the stairs, you know, because the house quiet, I can hear everything. And it wakes me up, and I check my phone. I got 2 missed calls from her. Before I knew it, she cut the corner, and she was like, come get in the bed. It was about 4 o'clock in the morning. And I was like, no, I'm good. And she was like, come on, come get in the bed. Get off this couch. And she said, I'm about to get up. So you ain't got to worry about being in the bed with you. I'm finna get up. You had the bed to yourself. I was like, no, I'm good. Now, mentally, I'll wait for her to leave the house so I can go get in the bed. You know what I'm saying? So she finally gave up on trying to get me to go to bed. And she go upstairs. And at this point, I'm laying on the couch because I'm woke now. She woke me up. And I get a text message. I get a text message to my phone, a long message from her saying that I don't think I can do this. I love you too much. I cannot see myself without you. I love the kids. I will miss the kids if we do this. I will miss you. Can't nobody treat me like you do. Can't nobody make me feel like you do. I love my family. I can't remember everything, but it was a lot. It was a lot. And she said that, do you think we can make it? So I read the message and it threw me the fuck off all the way. So I put my phone down and I marked it as unread, of course. I put my phone down and I really act like I didn't see it. She never spoke on it. When she came downstairs to go to work, she didn't say, did you see the message I sent you? She never spoke on it. And I never spoke on it. So it kind of fucked me up. And I'm like something really wrong with this girl. Like something ain't right with her. So we go on and I'm not saying anything to her about the message and she ain't saying nothing to me still. So I noticed that her behavior has changed to now she's this happy wife. Now she's back in mommy mode. Now she's back in wife mode. Now she's back in the house mode. It came a time to where she wasn't cooking. She wasn't cleaning. Like the groceries she was buying was getting shorter and shorter. And I'm like, where the groceries at? Like, you barely spending money in the grocery store. It's like you just said, fuck the house. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm paying attention to all that. So now she's back buying groceries. She's cleaning. The house smell good. Like, I got to give it to her on that. She knows how to keep a house intact. She knows she like to cook. She know how to clean. You know what I'm saying? And she never get tired of it. Like, she will wake up and go to sleep doing that shit. Like, and she'll, you know what I'm saying? And she keep the kids, you know what I'm saying, in order. She know how to run a house. Got to get that to her. All right, guys, welcome back to another video. This is not number 11. I just want to bring y'all up to speed on a couple of things. I've been reading the comments and y'all been going crazy in the comments. And I see a lot of people are misled, which brought me to the fact that I've been leaving out a couple things that I just want to bring y'all up to speed with about the situation so y'all have a better understanding on what's going on like this far. Like, this is not number 11. Tomorrow I'm gonna drop 11, 12, and 13 for y'all. I'm gonna do that for y'all tomorrow, and I'll be off work this weekend. We gonna knock this on out. Promise y'all I got y'all. But for right now, let me put y'all up the game real quick. So, I seen a comment where somebody said the man didn't want her or it was just for a fun time. But I found out the man was married. I found out she was fucking with a married man. And I asked her where did she meet the man at, and she told me it was irrelevant. She wasn't gonna tell me. So I left that at that. So how did I find out the man was how did I find out where he worked at and who he was the fact that when I seen them coming out the hotel, of course I got the video and I promise I'm gonna post that. I'm waiting on the time to post it. See him come out the hotel and I matched that. I got his car, a video of his car on my phone. So something said go to her job and go through that parking lot and see if you see that car. I'll be down. Went to the job and same car, same tag on the front, everything and all that. So with Jessica, I'm having to act like I already know. You know what I'm saying? I'm having to just run game on her. So when I seen that, I got home, I called her. I was like, somebody told me you was fucking with somebody on the job. Like, you all in somebody's face. And she was like, girl, ain't nobody doing nobody's face. Who are you talking about? I said, girl, stop lying. Be real. They described the man. He looked just like the man you was at the hotel with. She got quiet. Then she was like, well, I didn't want to tell you he worked here because I didn't want you to worry about nothing because I'm done with him. That's over with. I don't want you, and I work with him, but I don't want you to know that because I know you're going to feel some type of way. I'm like, girl, you have to just be honest. Like, we're not even, you know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't that serious right now. Just be honest with me. That's all you got to do is be honest. So, I found out, because you know what I'm saying, I'm an investigator. I'm a real investigator. And when I say I investigate, I got people that got people that got people that know people. You know what I'm saying? I'm a good ass person. And you know what I'm saying? My face card clean everywhere I go, to be real. And I found out he was 47 or late 40s. I'm just gonna say that. And he, like I said, he got a wife. And I asked her, I was like, I wonder what his wife would say if she knew this was going on. And she said his wife don't care what he do. She just said that so boldly. And I'm like, I bet if I talk to this woman, I bet her story is different from whatever the fuck he's telling you. And for someone who has a couple degrees, you would think she's smarter than that. So clearly I saying that this nigga got her head fucked up. Her head is gone. And I found out that this nigga, she ain't the only one he's sleeping with on the job. It's crazy. That's why I say when I post that video, I know TikTok gonna find his wife, and that's gonna be it. I'm investigating him. I've investigated and found him, but I don't know a name to find his wife, because I damn sure was gonna reach out to her and put her up on game what the fuck was going on. I finna fuck all this shit up, for real. That's how mad I was. But yes, I found out he was married. And another thing too, this girl was ordering this man gifts and having them delivered to the house. I was getting ready to go to work one day, and I'm walking down the stairs. She wasn't nowhere in sight. She was in the room. I'm walking down the stairs, and I'll be damn, this girl then zoomed right past me and went to the front door and picked up a package that was delivered. And I'm like, the fuck? Like, you just in the bed? And she came in, and she turned around and went back upstairs, had a look on her face, trying to cuff the gift. I know it's a JD sports bag, because I do a lot of shopping. It was a yellow bag with JD and black print on it. And I'm like, okay. And she said, you weren't supposed to see this. There was a gift for you. And I'm like, a gift? Why would you buy? I'm thinking, like, why would she lie? Why the fuck would she buy a gift for me right now? We're not on the best of terms. Why would she buy a gift? Girl, don't give a damn if I'm alive or dead right now. Why would she buy me a gift? So I usually leave early for work, but I left late that day, a little later. So she had the nigga gifts coming to the house, and I wasn't supposed to see it. Then she hid. If it was mine, she hid it from me. And he from New York. He's from New York, and it was a New York Yankees hat. And she was like, I got it because you know how you say you want to go to the Braves games? And I'm like, why the fuck would I want to go to a Braves game with a New York Yankees hat on? Why? Why would I want that? Don't make no sense. A hat is a hat. No, the fucking hat ain't a hat. If I'm in Georgia and I'm going to the Braves game, why the hell would I have on a New York Yankees hat at the Atlanta Braves Stadium? It's not making sense. Nigga had her head gone. And crazy. And what else I seen? So a lot of people were saying that he didn't want her and all that. Crazy. So I'm under the impression that I think every weekend that they work the same schedule. Every weekend that they get off, they meet up at a hotel. I don't know when this started, because I was putting so much trust in this girl. I really can't think back to when this really started. But I know when I caught on to what was going on, and when I stepped up and I started, you know what I'm saying, paying attention to what was going on. But yeah, so that's one thing I wanted to get straight about, and to let y'all, talk to y'all about, because y'all are very misled on that part. And somebody said she look like she full of old niggas, and you know what I'm saying, I don't know. She 38. He approximately 10 years older. I don't know, but she fucking with a nigga she can't have. She fucking with a nigga that's fucking everybody on the job. She fucking with community dick, and she really put our marriage at risk for a nigga she can't have. This girl was going, this girl lying. She's lying for this man. And like I said, I will never forget how she made me feel, how low she made me feel, like I was nobody, just to go and put a smile on a nigga face. And then also, when I said that I was asleep and she sent me a long text, another text she sent me was, TT, I know you ain't gonna believe this, but I did not sleep with that man. He was just somebody to talk to, and he's older. He's not one of these young niggas. He's an older man. He understands. He was just somebody to talk to, and I enjoyed that. She told me she enjoyed that quality time. She enjoyed that getaway when she's at the hotel. And she was pretty much bragging on the nigga. You know what I'm saying? Talking about she love that New York swag and his body and I mean, she was just bragging on this man like fuck. She was bragging on this man, and I'm just taking all this in, like, if that's why the ending was so bad. But we gonna get to all that. I know y'all, you know, waiting and all that, but I you know, I've been real busy. I got a lot going on. I'm working on this, I'm working on that. I'm trying to adjust to all these bills and taking on everything 100% by myself. Like, life is lifing right now, and I'm working on getting this cleared up. But like I said, I'm off this weekend. I'm gonna drop the videos for y'all. We're gonna get through this. I need y'all to stop going in on me in the comments. And I thank y'all for 10,000 followers. On God, I thank y'all for real. And pretty much it happened. I didn't think it was gonna happen. When I got on here and decided to tell my story, I didn't think that it was gonna do all that. I promise you. I thought this was just gonna be in a neighborhood or in my town. I wasn't doing it for exposure or to expose nobody. I'm just telling my story. And when I say that telling my story has me feeling so much better. No, I'm not here to bash my ex-wife. I should, but I'm not that kind of person. And if I was to move on in life, don't think I'm gonna be putting air tags and shit in you. I don't do nothing like that. I don't do nothing like that's not me. But do I regret doing it? Yeah. Do I regret doing it? No, I don't regret doing it. And I do, but I had to find out the only way I had to find out. But that's pretty much it. So I'm gonna go ahead and drop this video. This is not number 11. If y'all can be patient, you know what I'm saying? If you at work, you know what I'm saying, clock out, go home to your man or your woman, your kids, y'all eat real good, get y'all a shower, get in the bed, go to sleep, get a good night rest, and I promise y'all in the morning we're taking off with this. And I'm gonna get y'all what y'all want, what y'all asking for. And when I tell you the ending is to die for, I mean it. Like, y'all just gonna have to just wait and watch and see. But yeah, it's coming. So look, thank y'all this far. I promise y'all I got y'all. And that's it. I'm gonna go live tomorrow too. I'm gonna go live for y'all. So I'll post a pre-time to where I'm gonna go live. That way, give everybody the opportunity to come in and check me out and talk to me, ask me whatever y'all want to ask me. And whatever. Y'all been so nice. I've been reading messages. I swear to God, y'all been nice. And I've been trying to just write everybody back. Thank you. I said thank you 1,000 times. On God. But look, y'all have a good day. Alright, I should have cheated. Part 11. Alright, so about a week had passed. And we were doing good. I thought we was doing good. And ex-wife, I seen her on the camera. I'm at work, and I get a notification on the camera, you know, and I'm looking at it from outside in the yard, and I see her get in her car. She's overly dressed. It was Friday night. It was the night I had to work. And at this point, I'm at work getting pissed off. Like, what she got going on? So I called her, and I know what you're doing. And she told me she was finna go have drinks with a friend. And I was like, what friend? And she said, Ashley. It's a girl named Ashley she worked with. And she said, you remember I told you about Ashley? I said, I do not remember you telling me about nobody. I've never heard you say anything about no friend named Ashley. Never. Yes, you do. No, you've never said Ashley's name to me. I don't remember. Like, I would not forget if you said something to me about somebody named Ashley. She really tried to play with me on that one. Like, I knew nothing about nobody named Ashley. So we got to arguing, and she went from 0 to 100 real quick on me on the phone. She was like, bitch, I'm like, I'm looking at the phone like, the fuck? She told me I need to trust her and think positive and all that good stuff. And I'm at work. It ain't nothing I can do, baby. So it ain't nothing you can say gonna make me believe you, but fuck it. It is what it is. So she hang the phone up. I try calling her back. She hang up on me. I try calling her back. She turned her phone off. I'm at work heated. I'm at work 38 hot. I'm hot. I'm like, damn, I don't have no GPS on her car. At this point, I'm done with all that. I don't want to go that route no more. And I'm just at work. So I got another notification saying she got home almost 12 o'clock that night. And Wait, she said Ashley lived in Bremen. And Jessica lives in Villarica. But they're going to Austell for drinks at a Mexican restaurant. I'm like, okay, so why would y'all pass 5 Mexican restaurants? Just what's so special about the restaurant in Austell? We just want to just get away and just a different vibe. I was like, okay. All right, so I let her have it. The next morning, when I got off work, I didn't come home. It's been plenty of days that when she's here, when she's off of work and I come home and she's here, it's plenty of days that I don't want to come home. I will go sit in a parking lot somewhere because I don't fuck with nobody. Really have nowhere to go. And I don't want to have to spend money just to have somewhere to go. You know what I'm saying? So I went to the hospital parking lot and I was just on Facebook, TikTok or whatever, just killing time. And I ended up falling asleep for about an hour. And I wake up to at least 5 missed calls talking about where you at. Like, just like shit was normal. Like, she blowing me up looking for me. And at this moment, I'm like, this is a fucking game that's being played. I'm chasing her. Now she chasing me. She really don't want me. So I pick up the phone. In my mind, I have to tell myself, be cool. Be cool. I'm not going to flip out. I'm not this weird ass, crazy ass, acting ass person. I just know that this is not worth anything. So I picked the phone up and I answered it and I just told her I was on my way. I just told her I was just getting my mind together. So I can't, I'm just saying, let y'all know the top things that I go through on a daily. And so take y'all another week or two. I thought we were doing good. One day, she came to me and she said that her and her sister having a girls' night. It was on a Monday when she said it. And when she said girls' night, it was on, I said, on a Tuesday? She said, yeah. I said, don't she work? Like, you say your sister don't even like turn up like that. Like, she said, yeah, we just gonna have a few drinks and sit back and talk. I was like, okay. So she told me out on a Monday. So I went and got another GPS. I said, something ain't right about this. I said, this shit is about to end. This is about to end. This is it. So I get a GPS that's more silent, one that you don't know that's in a car. Costs a little bit more money, but it was most definitely worth it. So I put this GPS in her car. And prior to me putting it in her, prior to her going to her sister's house, I'm looking at all the moves she making and everything looked funny. Like why is she here, quick run in and out? Why is she, why is she going down this back road completely out of the way to where she's supposed to be going? Like, but I'm not questioning anything. I'm just paying attention to how she's moving. And so, like I said, Tuesday come. And it was time for her to go to her sister's house. Now, mind you that she babysits her grandbaby on the days that she's off. So, I'm watching her on the GPS. She leave with the baby, and she stopped by Walmart. She's very good at going to Walmart, picking stuff up at curbside. Now, normally she would speak on, I ordered some food or some cleaning stuff. I got to pick it up later, or can you pick it up for me? Type of stuff. And she didn't say anything about no Walmart pickup. So, I'm watching her at Walmart. She didn't sit there long, and the GPS showed she was on the side of the building to where Walmart pickup was. And she did that, and she got on Interstate 20, and she proceeded to go to Douglasville. She get to Douglasville. I didn't know if she was going to her sister's house or not, because her sister stayed deep off down through Douglasville. It took a minute to get there. At this time, I'm putting my phone down like, damn, bitch, is you ever gonna get there? Like, so she gets to her sister's house. And I said, okay. So she kept it real. My allergies on, I'm sorry. What time at? So she kept it real. She went to her sister's house. But I picked my phone back up and it said she just left her sister's house. I'm like, damn. That was her dropping the baby off at her sister's house. So at this point, I'm convinced everybody knows what's going on. Everybody knows what's going on. So I'm watching her like, well, she said they're going to turn up. Maybe she finna go to a liquor store or something. I'll be damned. She went to a liquor store. Watching her leave the liquor store, she was supposed to make a right. She made a left. I'm like, okay. When she made the left, she drove off down the highway, the street, and got back on a highway going farther up Douglasville. And I'm like, where's she? Okay. And I'm just watching her. She just making all kind of turns at red lights. And I'm like, I'm saying like, hurry up. Where the fuck is she trying to go? Days Inn Hotel. Her location stopped at Days Inn Hotel. And it sat there. I'm like, wow. All right. I should have cheated. Part 12. So I put my shoes on. I said, today is the motherfucking day. This shit is over with. I'm done. At this point, I'm panicking. My heart beating fast. And I ain't gonna lie, my mind was trying to flip out, but I wouldn't let it. Like, I just want to go bust her out. Just let her know this shit over with. You stay right here. Don't come back to the house. This is it. Boom. It took me forever to get from my house to this hotel. I'm thinking like, hell, they ain't gonna be there no more when I get there. Right? So I get there. I find her car. I go around the back of the hotel because I don't want to make nothing look obvious. And I was debating, how should I do this? Because I said, she's in a hotel. She don't like answer her phone when she with her nigga. She don't do that. She turned that motherfucker off. Like I said, she probably wouldn't even answer the phone, but this was one of them days that I really thought I would have to sit right there by her car and watch and see what door she come out of. And this was a Days Inn, which means the doors was outside, not inside. And I felt like her car was parked directly in front of the room she was in. And I was right. Right? So I parked my car around back. I come around the side. I go and get in her car. I take my GPS out because this is it. I'm done. Put that in my pocket. I call her. I say, she answered. I was shocked she answered the phone. I was shocked. I asked her, what was she doing? She said nothing. I said, what the baby doing? She said, sleep. I said, this bitch said the baby was asleep. I'm right here in her car. The baby's asleep. I said, hey, look, man. I said, come outside. She said, what you mean? Come outside. I'm outside the hotel by your car. Come outside. Oh, my God. She come outside the door. Door swung open. When I tell you, she had her, like she just got out the shower. She had her black lingerie on I've never seen before. That's what she was picking up from Walmart. She had her liquor on the counter, her bottles. Like, it was crazy. She had her bottles of alcohol on the counter, but the man wasn't there. He was on his way. She was getting ready for her nigga to pull up. So she asked me, what are you doing here? This is what I'm talking about. You following me? I can't do this. I can't do that. I'm tired of this. I'm sick of this. And I'm like, look, I said, what you doing here? I just needed some space, some me time. I said, well, shit. I mean, I thought we were doing good. What you mean you need me time? I just needed to get away. Oh, my God, why you question me? Please just go. And I'm like, I ain't going nowhere. I'm going to sit here and get some me time with you. So I went in the room, and I sat down. She came in. She panicking. She got her phone in her hand. She walking in circles, talking about, please just leave. And the girl said, I'm about to call 911. The girl said, I'm about to call 911. I jumped my ass up so quick, and I follow her. And I told her, you ain't got to call 911. And I was like, this is what I'm talking about. And she kept saying, you don't see nobody here. Like, I'm literally here by myself. I'm like, girl, stop the bullshit. Stop the bullshit. And I told her, I'm not going nowhere. I tell you what, come on, let's go. Get your little shit, let's go. I'm talking about clothes on the counter. Room smelling like a scented candle. It's obvious she just got out the shower. And she looking like it. And I'm like, damn. And guess what day this happened on? Guess what day Miss Jessica was at this hotel with somebody else's husband? It was a day before our 5th year wedding anniversary. So initially, she was about to bring in our 5th year anniversary because it was like 7, 8 o'clock in the evening when I pulled up on her. She was about to bring in our marriage anniversary with somebody else. That right there, that blew the top off me. That I was like, okay, this is it. She has no respect. She don't give I'm talking about 0 fucks about me and this marriage at all. So she panicking and she said she's about to call 911. But when she walked out the room, I felt like she wasn't talking to 911. I felt like she was trying to throw him off because she was talking low and I couldn't make out what she was saying. So she walked off. She walked towards the front of the building, like to the office on the phone, like walking really fast and panicking. This point, I'm getting scared because I'm like, okay, what is she doing? And I wanted to leave, but I was like, let me just go talk to her. So I walk across the parking lot and I don't see her. And I'm like, damn, she moving fast. Like, what's going on? So I speed up and get to the front of the building and I make a right and she's right there on the phone. I'm creeping up behind her and I'm hearing conversation what she's saying. And she was saying that Tierra was here and I don't know what she got going on. This bitch really followed me. I don't know who she was talking to. So I was like, give me that phone. And she was like, no, I tried to get the phone from her. This is when she looked at me in my face and screamed to the top of her lungs. When I tell you I felt like I was in a Lifetime movie, she looked me dead in my eyes and told me, I don't want you no more. Screaming. I'm talking about just people coming out their room. I don't want you no more. I don't want this marriage no more. I don't love you. Now leave me alone. Just screaming. And I'm like, hold on, wait a minute. That was so hard to say? This is what I've been trying to get you to say. Was this so hard for you to say? And she's screaming. I'm talking about, I feel like I was in a movie and I'm literally, I remember this. I'm literally telling her, calm down. Like, calm down. Like, why are you trying to cause a scene? She's screaming. I feel like she was just asking for help because she was scared. Right? So at that point, where we at time? At that point, we good. I went crazy. I went bonkers. I went crazy because she said what I have been trying to get her to say for months. But she said it at the wrong time. She said it at the wrong time. I was out of body that day. I don't remember nothing. And I just went crazy. And I took her phone from her. I put it in my pocket. And I don't know why I did that. I finally was able to get it from her. And I didn't toss it or nothing. Even though I was angry, I put it in my pocket. And I went crazy. I went crazy. And I felt like I was going crazy for a long time. I'm not going to say what happened. I'm not going to say that. It's a lot of stuff going on with that right now. So I'm not going to do that. But I felt like I was going crazy for too long. And I felt like the police should have been here. And I stopped and I looked at her. I'm not going to lie. When I looked at her, I was like, oh shit. What did I just do? I'm like, God, what the hell? So I took off. I took off, and I just looked back at her. I was running so damn fast to my car, and I was running like she was chasing me. But when I looked back, she was just standing still, screaming, "Give me my phone! Give me my phone!" Crying and help. I felt, boy, hey man, I felt like that part right there was every bit of a fucking Tubi movie. I'm like, shit was moving slow, it was moving fast, people was looking funny, the sky was looking weird, the ground was green. I'm like, man, I done fucked up. So I get in my car and I leave. As I was leaving the parking lot, her nigga was coming in. And I was like, all right, cool. So I'm hearing sirens, but I don't see no police. So I'm gone. At this point, I'm gone. I'm like, I just hope I don't get pulled over down the road for speeding because I ain't fucking stopping. I ain't go home. I drove for an hour and went somewhere else. Now, I'm where I'm at, looking at my security camera to see if anybody come into the house. Nobody came. So the next morning, I was like, I'm finna go home. I got to get in the shower. I got to get myself together. You know, I'm a hot mess. So come 7 o'clock in the morning, I went home.
She chained down up. She got a chain up. She's chained bottom. Can't get in that bitch. She's chained up.
I should have cheated, part 13. So I get home the next morning. I am scared. I don't know what's going on. Haven't talked to her. I know the police came because it was blood everywhere. I knew that them folk were gonna make a scene. Not to mention, I had caused some damage to the room. And them folk from there, you know, them folk don't play by their stuff. So I knew that I had everybody pissed off at me, from the Arabs to the black folks to the police. You know, so I'm furious. I'm scared of being at home. I'm like, I don't want to go to jail. I can't go to jail. I don't know. These folks put one on me. I don't know what to think at this moment. So I'm just chilling, right? And 2 days later, the next day, now keep in mind I had her phone by accident. The next day, I get a text from Jay. I had her in my phone as Jay. And it said, hey. And I'm like, oh, okay, so she must got a new phone. Because, you know, her phone, you know what I'm saying? I got that. And it took me a couple hours to reply. At this point, I don't trust nobody. So I replied, and she said, can I please come get some of my stuff? I have nothing. Can my grandbaby need her stuff? My daughter need her stuff. We have nothing. So I'm like, yeah, come on, come get your shit. So she never came while I was there. So one day they came to the house and they parked in front of the neighbor's house, and they kind of went around the motion of my security system. They went, you know, they wasn't in the, I don't know what the word is, but they didn't want my alarm to go off that they were coming to the house. So they went around through the neighbor and went around the back, came in through the back door, had a key. I didn't know. I did not know these folks had keys to the house, because we got a keypad entry, put a couple numbers in and get in. When we first moved here, them keys came up missing. I said they were somewhere in the house. I don't know where they at, but I know they ain't nobody took them out of here. But apparently they had copies of the keys to the front door. And they coming in, getting stuff and filling the car up here or there and filling the car up here or there. And one day I was laying in the bed, like probably 3 days later after that incident happened. I was laying in the bed here by myself, and I hear somebody walking upstairs. And I'm like, oh shit. And I'm like, what was that? And somebody gets to the top of the stairs, and I see a shadow, you know, coming, walking in my room. And it's her daughter saying, hey, I'm just here to get my baby some clothes, some stuff she need. I said, oh, okay. I said, where your mother at? She outside. I said, okay. I'm continuing laying in bed and let her do what she doing. She probably make 2 or 3 trips from her room to back outside, her room back outside. And I was like, I ain't like that. I ain't like that. So while they were making trips back and forth, I said, okay, let me change the locks. This is the video, first thing I put on Facebook, and it kind of went up. I put it on Facebook, and within an hour and a half of they back and forth from her sister's house to the house getting shit, I changed the locks on the door. I sure did. I changed them. I changed the locks that fast, and I'm gonna post that video when I'm done with this one. And I changed the locks. I did it myself. Like I've never changed locks before, and I felt like I needed like my stepfather or something, but I was like, I ain't got time to wait on nobody. I can't do this tomorrow. I do this now. So I went to Home Depot. I got 2 sets of locks for my front door and my back door. And they tried to come back, and I'm watching them on the camera like, because y'all not about to play with me. Y'all want to get y'all shit, get y'all a U-Haul, get all this at one time and just leave me alone. I ain't no in and out and back and forth. I'm not comfortable with y'all being able to run through my house, especially if I'm not there. So I know how shit like this go. You're mad at me. I know you is. You ain't happy. I'm not here. You're not gonna fuck my shit up. You're not about to take nothing that's not yours. You know what I'm saying? I need to just get a U-Haul and get your shit and be done. And I told her that, like, look, get a U-Haul and just get everything. And that's what she did. So she pulled up and, you know, said I got the U-Haul. About a week later, she pulled up and said, I'm here. I was 5 minutes away. So I said, I'm about to pull up in a minute. So I pulled up. I get here. The U-Haul bagged in. Jessica sitting on the door up on the U-Haul. She's sitting on the back of the U-Haul. Her daughter, they looking, you know, they looking like they've been, honestly, they look like they've been having a good day. And I walked past them. Naya spoke to me. Her daughter spoke to me. And then Jessica said, hey. I spoke to her daughter, but I didn't speak to Jessica. So I open the door. They come in. Jessica come upstairs. We ain't saying nothing to each other. And she comes to the closet and start packing her stuff. And I walk into the bathroom, which leads to the closet, which I'm in the bathroom right now. And she come up to me and she started crying. She come up to me and she started crying. I gotta stand up. She come up to me and she started crying, and she put all that fake ass crying. Talking about she loved me, she's sorry, everything, and she never wanted to turn out like this, and all that good stuff. And I'm just standing like this. I'm saying like that, like the old me. Well, in the beginning, like I told you, I didn't like to see her cry, but that shit that day, it's over with. It's over with. Like, you know, several times she's done it. It's over with. So they got all that stuff. And they didn't get, I don't know why they didn't get everything. Then they had a U-Haul. They ain't have no furniture. First of all, like, why the fuck she got a U-Haul? She ain't got no furniture. But her daughter does have a bed. Baby got a lot of shit. You know, so I guess they got them a little U-Haul, you know, just in case. And they still, Jessica got a hamster, the fucking hamster here. He ain't ate in a week. I don't know the shit about no hamster. Like, so then a couple days after that, I threw should have cheated kickback. At this point, it's a celebration. It's a celebration. That bad energy is gone. I'm now able to get back to myself. I got supportive people around me. I got people calling me like, bitch, get up, get out the bed, get out the house. We're not about to let you do that. I got people bringing me food, like offering drinks and cash apps. My family, people are showing me mad support. But I'm in a house, in a bed, in the dark, sleep. If I'm woke, I'm just laying there. If I'm asleep, just letting it get the best of me. But my peoples went, you know what I'm saying? They like, bitch, get up. They like, get up, we about to do that. We on our way. My family over here at 2 o'clock in the morning, we chilling. So like I said, I threw I should have cheated kickback. And you might have seen the flyer if you follow me on Facebook. And we was having a good time. And I'm chilling. I'm chilling and I'm sitting on the couch. And guess who I hear banging on the door? Loud like the police. So I look at my security panel and I'm like this. At this point, I'm scared. I don't know what the fuck going on. Like, because I'm thinking like maybe she didn't press charges. I don't know. And when she did come get her stuff, she told me she didn't. She said she didn't write a statement on me, but she said, remember, them folks got cameras. And the man said that I didn't have to tell him anything. They're going to pull the camera and find out who I was. So I hear boom, boom, boom. I say it's either one or two. It's either the folks or it's her. I look at the panel. Jessica's car is parked outside. I'm like, damn. All right, I should have cheated, part 14. So at this point, she's beating on the door. And I'm knowing she's not about to leave because she sees a car outside. And I know that she's probably trying to figure out who it is. So I'm gonna have to go outside and talk to her. One or two things is gonna happen. Either she's gonna listen to me or she's not. But I'm not on none of that fighting stuff. I'm not on none of that. Like, so I went outside, shut the door behind me because you're not about to come in here. And as I was coming outside, I catch a drift of her walking around the side of the house. So I'm like, Jessica, what the fuck is you doing? And she come walking around back to the house. Tell me I couldn't party like everybody else. I'm assuming she seen the flyer on Facebook, which it wasn't an open invite to the community. You know what I'm saying? It was just a flyer on Facebook somebody had made for me, shared it. You know what I'm saying? It was an invite only. I should have cheated kickback. So she barged past me and went in the house. Like, who the fuck you got up in here? Then the girl is sitting on the couch, like on FaceTime with her cousin. Like, and I know her cousin. Like, we all just really laughing and talking. And she walked to the couch and asked the girl, who the fuck is this? The girl stood up. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, Jessica, come on, let's go. You can't do this. You cannot be doing this. You can't come up in here and do that. Why the fuck you got bitches in the house? A house we lived in together and I blah, blah, blah. I'm like, girl, stop. Like, at this moment, I'm feeling like, oh, girl is feeling very uncomfortable. And, you know what I'm saying? Like, Jessica's out of place. And I understand what it looked like. But Jessica, when she came, she was drunk. She was drunk. And she said she ain't signed no divorce papers. She said that a lot was said, and she said it in front of the company. Now, by then, the girl that we was on FaceTime with, she pulled up. So it was me, Jessica, and 2 other girls. And it's like all 4 were just in the kitchen. Jessica ain't leaving. She said she ain't leaving. She's staying the night. And I'm like, this shit ain't gonna never be over with. Like, what the fuck? Like, So she said that she wasn't leaving. And her and the two girls kind of started talking. But I think everybody's very aware of what's going on. Like, you know, Jessica was acting out of place. I'm talking about, she was acting like she wasn't even herself that night. Like, she was talking too much. She was drunk. We had alcohol. She was throwing them back. And we looking at each other like, should she be really drinking all this? And she's already on the edge. Like, she just kept throwing back that 1800. Like, but that's something I dealt with her that night. And apparently everybody left. And I got that video of her pulling up and how she was acting. You know, when she, I never posted this video, so y'all gonna see it first. And how she was acting when she was beating on the door. But that's something I've been dealing with. She said she's not signing no divorce papers. All her things are out of the house right now. We don't communicate. Oh yeah, and I had to find out the hard way. Jessica had one bill to pay. Well, she had two. She had the light bill and a Wi-Fi bill. And which was all in my name. No, she had her own username, password. She set it up. She made it happen. I never had access to log in because she been doing it. She been paying the light bill for years, no matter where we was at. And I get off work one morning. I take me a shower. I get in the bed. You know, working 12 hours, tired. I'm ready for sleep. I'm tired. I get in the bed. Hours later, I wake up sweating, drenched in sweat. And I wake up like, damn ceiling fan wasn't turning. The house just sound empty, like ain't no refrigerator running, ain't nothing running, no AC, no nothing. So I look at my phone to see what time it is, and I got a missed call from Georgia Power. And I'm like, man, say it ain't so. I get up to flip my light switch, fan switch on, and it's already up. I'm like, these folks turn my damn lights out. So I called Georgia Power. No, I called Georgia Power, and come to find out, Jessica been stopped paying the light bill. The light bill was $1,000, $953, almost $1,000. But my blood pressure shot straight through the roof. I'm like, oh my God. $953, and that's two bills. That's two bills. Like, I'm trying to call her, like, really not wanting no money, but like, why the fuck ain't been paying the light bill? I called her 8 times and the phone just ringing. I called her the 9th time, going straight to voicemail. I got my other phone and called her. It's ringing. I'm like, okay, these type of games she playing. I just want to ask her why the fuck you ain't been paying that light bill, and why are you leave? Why did you do that? Like, leaving me fucked up like that. So I called Georgia Power back. I ended up I took care of it. Got the lights back on. They cut them right back on. But that was the last time I spoke with her, really. I blocked her on everything. That was it. So I blocked her on everything, and I really ain't spoke to her. And that's pretty much it. So we reached the end of I Should Have Cheated series. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And even though it was real life situation, you know, I kept a smile on my face. I wasn't smiling when it was going on, but I'm able to talk about it now. I'm glad I did. I'm glad y'all came through and listened to my story and supported me on this. I'm going live in 1 hour and 15 minutes. It is 4:43 Georgia time. I'm going live at 6 o'clock p.m. So I hope everybody, let's all get together and let's talk about it, talk about our experience, and ask me any questions y'all want to ask me. It's most definitely not over with. I'm doing another story time, probably today, maybe today or tomorrow, about my experience in jail. And I did go to jail behind this. I did go to jail. I got pulled over. Kind of find out I did have a warrant out for my arrest. I did have a warrant out for my arrest. So I'm going to save that for the story time for jail. We're not going to make that video it might be 1 or 2 videos. If I can put it all in one, whoop-de-whoop. If not, 2. But yeah, I most definitely want to share my experience in Douglas County Jail. Man. So thank y'all. I'm going to see y'all on the live. And let's go.